crew. Let's talk about the do's and the don'ts of personal branding on social media. Big topic. It is a really big topic for our particular industry in this time, day, and age in 2021. And I highly recommend all of you get with the program regarding personal branding for those of you in our industry. So what I mean by our industry is those in a home-based business, direct selling, network marketing, MLM, all of the above. You want to start personal branding yourself if you really want to grow an influence, grow an audience, and all those kind of things. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, because some of you have no idea. Even a lot of you actually in the video challenge, the recent video challenge, which we've just finished, and big announcement, hold tight. There is a lot of people's videos that were actually that participated in the video challenge from business pages that have no branding. You do not want that. You're just slowing down your journey on social media. People don't know what you're about. They don't know what you can help them with, all that kind of stuff. It just totally slows down your journey on social media. So this is something that you want to get on point. So that's the purpose of today's topic. But I do want to share with you, I am announcing the top 15 tomorrow. So can someone who's on my business page share this video into the video challenge group for me? That would be awesome. They need to listen to this announcement. So those of you, or tag your video challenge friends in this video. If anyone was in the video challenge, just a recent round of it, then tag them in this video to let them know that I'm announcing the top 15 tomorrow. Now, even if you don't think you got in the top 15 for the video challenge, you want to show up and listen to that video, because there may be bonuses for you, and somebody is going to win life membership to my coaching community, and that doesn't even exist anymore. You can't even pay money for that anymore. I scrapped it almost a year ago. So cool. So join me live tomorrow. Even if you didn't participate, join me live tomorrow and celebrate those who participated in the challenge. There's lots of people that did really well. There's lots of newbies. There's lots of surprises. There's people that have attended for the first time that are in the top 15. So they're going to be pretty happy. But definitely show up on my live tomorrow, which will be, it's normally only in my social media group tomorrow, but it will be everywhere tomorrow, just to let you know. And coaching community members, I just did a very cool training for you guys showing you how to create your own freebies in Canva. I shared my screen and I went, click here, do this. Ooh, look at that. You can do this and do, ooh, you can put a QR code on it. Oh, look how easy that is. Amazing training. So coaching community members, get your ass into the group and watch the replay. And create your freebies for reasons that you'll know in the group. Okay, so how is everybody today? Are you doing well? Who's here? Who can I say hello to? We've got Debbie in the house. How are you, Debbie? We've got Cherie, we've got Cheryl, we've got Brittany, we've got Lena. So we do have some video challenge watching. Make sure you turn up tomorrow for that live. Hello, Jen. How are you? We've got Wendy. Cheryl's here. Laurie's here. We've got Jenny. Going to watch that training when you're done here. Awesome, Laurie. Hi, Beth. Great to see you guys all here. So let me get into the do's and the don'ts. This is just in my mind. If you kind of caught my live video yesterday, you'll know how passionate I am about this, is that people in this industry set themselves apart from everyone else. Like if you're in this industry of direct sales, multi-level marketing, etc., we've all got the same stuff in your own companies. So everyone in your company sells the same stuff. So it's like, well, why should I buy off you versus that person over there? It's because, we need to stand out from the crowd. We need to be our own individual. We need to create our own personal brands on social media. Now, some of you will take that to different levels. Some of you will only want to do it on your personal profile. And you're not really going to create a huge, strong personal brand just from a personal profile. It's just not the way it works. But you can let people know what your passions are, what you do, what you help people with. So you can start to create a personal brand via your personal profile. Okay. Some of you will have a group. You can definitely have branding in a group. And some of you will have business pages, which enables you to scale. It enables you to do Facebook advertising if you want to do that somewhere down the line. It enables you to do things that you can't do anywhere else. Okay. So you'll have to take this conversation relative to where you're sort of building your business. But there's some essential things that you should do and you shouldn't do. Now, let me mention here that if you have no clue, or these do's and don'ts that I mentioned to you, it's like, oh, she's actually confused me more than clarified things for me, then you absolutely want to jump on the last round of my branding course for this year next week. We start on the 11th. So jump on that. Anyone in my coaching community, you get a special discount. So don't go and join via that link. Message me for the special discounted code and let's sort your brand out once and for all. This is the foundation of everything you do online, is how you show up online. Okay, so here's some essential I'm going to go through the don'ts and then I'm going to go through the do's. Okay, so you don't want to be vague in your branding. So let me ask you, if you've got a group or a business page, you're hanging out in those sort of social media channels, is it very easy for me to know what you're doing? And I know there's people in the video challenge that have business pages that still have live the life of your dreams. What the hell does that mean? Live the life of your dreams. It doesn't tell me what you do. It doesn't tell me how you can help me. Don't have pictures of mountains and the ocean with messages that say live your best life. You could put that on your banner in your personal profile to show people that you're a positive person and all the rest of it. But you don't want to brand a business page or a group with something like live your dreams. It doesn't help people understand who you are, what you do, who you serve, those kind of things. So that's a big no-no. Don't do that. Don't have pictures of mountains and oceans and things like that that just say, live your best life. Live life on your terms. You know, all those sayings. We don't want to do that. You also don't want to brand your company or your products. You don't own them. You didn't create them. They could get shut down and where's your business then? And don't be naive enough to think that that doesn't ever happen, because it does. I've had friends in companies that, and really high up in leadership positions, and gone overnight. You don't own it. So control what you can control. You can control you. You can control how you show up on social media. You can control who you help. You can control the information that you serve, and you lead with value and all the rest of it. That's what you want to do on social media, because you can't control any of the rest. You have no decision-making power for your company, and you don't own it, and you don't want to look like a sales rep for it, because it's just cheap and nasty, and people ended up just thinking they're only contacting me because they want me to buy their stuff. You're bigger than that. The vision of this industry should be bigger than that. Your journey in this industry should be bigger than that. So we don't want branding around your company, because it's not yours. No one cares about your things. They care about what it does. So let's talk about that. Let's have that conversation. Let's brand you that way. Okay, so these are all the don'ts. And you don't want to talk to everyone. If you have wording like I help people, or I help you, or I help individuals, you might think that your business can help everybody, but if you show up like that on social media, you will end up helping nobody. Your journey on social media is going to be a lot harder. It's going to be harder for you to, attract your tribe. It's going to be harder for you to find people that want to follow you and keep coming back and following you, because they don't know what you're about. They don't feel like they fit. If you're here watching this live or the replay, it's probably because you got some kind of interest in building your business online. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. I don't teach you gardening. I don't teach you how to cook, thankfully. I grew up in a household with no mum. I didn't learn how to cook. Forgive me. I need all your help in learning how to cook. Okay, different environment. Everyone's got their story. But I'm not here to teach you how to cook. I'm here to share social media strategies with you and how do you attract more people to you. You know what you're doing here and why you're listening to me. Would that be a fair assumption? So what are you doing? Who are you helping? What sector of the market? What's your, language like target market and customer avatar and stuff like that? If you say you, individuals, people, that's not a target market, and it's going to be really hard for you to find your tribe because people don't know that they fit. People don't know that they belong. We have a crew here. We have an online crew. We're here to build our businesses online. You know why you are here. That's my brand. What's yours? Okay, so don't use words like people, you, individuals, things like that. You can't talk to everybody. And if you do think, but my products are in health and wellness and they help everybody. We've got a natural toothpaste and everybody brushes their teeth. So everybody can use my toothpaste. Doesn't work. Okay. And it doesn't mean, this is where, when we go through my branding course, this is the one thing that I hit a wall against every time. Oh, but I don't want to, if I say women, I'm going to exclude men. And if I say this at bracket, then, but, it helps young people. But, if I talk about retirees, then these people aren't going to listen. And if I do this, I can't do that. And if I'm narrowing it down. The more narrow you are, the better. The more narrow you are with your target market, the more narrow you are with what you actually teach, the better off you'll be on social media. The more customers you're going to attract, the more people that will join your team. I know some of you don't get that, but when you do get it and you work through the process, and if you need my help, there's an option there for that. The best investment you'll ever make in your business is get the foundation of your brand, because everything you say, do, post, go live, it all stems from that. So if you don't have your brand, you're in no man's land in social media, and it's going to take you a very long time to get influence, to get an audience, to get results. So this is just so important. And you don't want to sound like everyone else. So some of you might nail down a brand, you might nail down a target market, you might nail down what you're teaching, but everyone else is teaching the same thing. So find something to hang your hat on. Find something out of all the things that you could teach that you specialize in. So it might be, I help people do this, this, and this, but I specialize in that. Awesome. Narrow it down to something you can help people with. Like those of you that go product-based, like health and wellness, you might be like, well, I do weight loss and I do skincare and I do energy and I do sleep and I do this and I do that and I do this and that. Don't lead with all of that. It's too broad. Lead with something and offer the rest, later. So in your brand, lead with weight loss, lead with skincare, lead with sleep, lead with discomfort and inflammation, lead with, whatever. Be careful. Those of you in health and wellness, you can't use words that are going to get you into trouble with compliance, all those kind of things. But lead with something and then talk about the other stuff in the background. I'm in the industry with you. I'm building a team globally with you. Other than if you know me, do I ever talk about my company here on this page? No. Do I ever talk about my products here on this page? No. Do I build my business 100% online? Yes. Lead with one thing, make connections, brilliant relationships and whatever, and then the rest will come. Okay, but don't lead with all the things. And so if you're saying the same thing as hundreds and thousands of other people, you're not going to stand out from the crowd. So how do you stand out from the crowd? Okay, little things like you don't have to wear a hat like I do, but this is my brand. You're part of my crew. I'm very passionate about my crew. Some of you might think I'm too passionate about my crew. Somebody, I've shared this a couple of times, somebody went to the trouble of sending me an email saying, I love everything I say and I love everything that you teach, but I can't take you seriously because of your hat. I'm like, oh my gosh, if that's what's important to you, you're not part of my tribe. It's part of my brand. Get over yourself. It doesn't matter what I wear or what I look like. You could turn up with pink hair. It doesn't matter. It's the information and the people that you're helping. So it's about the brand. It's not what you look like. But this is all part of my brand, my beachy theme. It's all part of my brand. Okay, but you guys know what I do and what I teach you, and that's why you keep coming back. Hopefully you keep coming back. So there are a lot of the don'ts. Okay, so I'm just checking in with some of the don'ts comments. We got a lot of hellos. Hello, everyone. Great to have you here. This is true, Laurie. Just because you've narrowed down doesn't mean other people aren't seeing your stuff. Same again, like if you spoke to women, it doesn't mean you don't help men. It just means that you don't lead with men. But it doesn't mean you can't help men. So you got to get over that. That's one of the biggest struggles I find when people are trying to establish their brand. And sometimes we take, quite a bit of time. Where's the last round of my course? Where's Stephanie Letker? Somebody tag Steph. She can comment into this on the replay. Man, the amount of versions, the poor girl, I'm like, no, you're not there. No, it's too broad. No, and I could feel the frustration, but we got her in the end, and now she's got an established brand. I know there's others of you in the chat here that can sort of relate to that journey, but it's that important for you to actually get results from social media. Oh, is it, Jen? Jen's pink hair is back today. I've been waiting for Jen to go back to the pink hair. I'm so glad to see that. Can you send me a picture in Messenger, please? You need to prove it to me. Laurie, I'm curious about doing more lives on my business page to get my story out, my brand. Why do I have trouble with the written posts? People have different skills, Laurie. That's probably all it is. I don't consider myself, well, you've all got strengths and you've all got weaknesses, and that doesn't make anything right or wrong or anything like that. Give me live video any day. Give me a camera any day, and I'll talk to you guys until the cows come home. But to write things for me, it's not my strong point. Be careful of your language. Don't say, oh, I'm bad at this or I'm bad at that. Like we easily do that, but it's not as strong as me talking on live video. You might be the same, Laurie. It's a skill. Writing is a skill. Copywriting for marketing is even a bigger skill. So you learn, but Laurie, your writing has improved no end in the last, probably 6. Laurie's in my VIP program, so we work very closely together on things like writing curiosity posts and things like that, and language and wording and stuff like that. You've improved out of sight, Laurie, so don't be too hard on yourself there. I think you're doing amazing. So it might just be not as stronger point, but you just keep on proving. You can't get better at something unless you continue to do it. So continue to do the things that you guys don't like doing. If you don't like doing live video, do more live video, because it's the only way you're going to get better at it. Otherwise, you just end up resisting it more and more. And different story. Okay. Okay. So let's get into some of the do's. Let's be really specific. Let's be specific with who you help. Let's be specific with what it is you help people with. Some conversation that I had before about the health and wellness type example, you don't want to just say, I help people get healthier naturally. Too broad. Most of you are too broad. And you got this mindset, well, then I don't want to pigeon myself into weight loss or because we've got all these amazing products. Yes, maybe you do, but you got to start somewhere. When you're Oprah Winfrey, you can talk about it all. Until you're Oprah, you've got to start small, and then you can branch out and talk about other things once you've got the audience and once you've got the influence. Do what you want. If you don't have the audience and you don't have the influence yet, then you need to start really niche down and get some people that think you're really cool and you're giving out great advice and you're really valuable in that little area there. Then as you get more followers and as you get more influence, you can expand it and start talking about bigger things. I've seen people go from being setting up a brand online regarding health and wellness, like exercise tips and stuff like that. And then over time, they've morphed into somebody that's teaching entrepreneurs how to do business. It's like, how did that happen? That happened because of influence. That happened because of the size of the audience. If you don't have that yet, you need to niche down. Okay, so we do want to be more specific. We do want to identify who we're talking to. And it doesn't mean you're not talking to others. Like if you lead with women, it doesn't mean you can't help men. Get that out of your sort of mind. If you want to help retirees, if you want to help the more mature woman who's getting wrinkles and needs some help with their skin, it doesn't mean you can't help somebody who's younger. So it's a mindset game for some of you in the niching down bit. But seriously, once you're Oprah and you can have a mouse and it'll sell off the shelves, and you pull out a pen and a car and all the rest of it, and everyone just goes and buys all the stuff because she recommends it. When you get to that point, do what you want. Your name will be enough. You don't even need to say who you help, mate, necessarily, or what you do, because people you've got the following anyway. Okay. What else do we want to do? Tell people the problems that you solve. So what is it that you do? You don't sell stuff, guys, and you don't sell weight loss products. You sell confidence. Why do people want to lose weight? To feel better, to look better, to have more confidence, to move through their life with, feeling happy within their own skin. That's what you sell. Those of you in online marketing, attraction marketing, things like that, you don't sell, just the product of that. You sell the opportunity for people to build businesses, to generate the income, to have choices in their life. So at the end of the month, there's more money than bills than money. Like, that's what you sell. It's the benefits of what you do. It's not what you do. So some of you just don't have the right mindset around branding, and you need a little bit of help with that. Okay. Just remember, let me ask you, think of your company right now, what you do, your products, your opportunity. What do you think your biggest asset is in your business? Put it in the comment section now. What do you think think about your business, whatever it is that you do. What is your biggest asset that you think you should concentrate on in your branding? Would love to know your thoughts around that. Okay. Now, while you're doing that, I'm just going to pick up on a couple of comments here. I prefer live video. I'm growing in my copywriting skills. Some people will be the other way around. Some people are good at writing and they're more fearful of the camera. I'm like you, and copywriting, it's not something we're necessarily born with. Copywriting is an absolute skill. And you got to keep practicing it to get really good at it. Laurie, I'll keep working on it, but I find myself resisting the live because I think it's a bit of a cop-out. So you mean not doing lives? Cop-out? No, just show up. Show up your hot mess, Laurie. And those of you that don't know Laurie in our community here, she's a self-confessed hot mess. I'm not picking on her. That's what she calls herself. You need to show more of yourself live, Laurie. It's the one thing I've done consistently in my business since I started this journey, really only a few years ago. Some of you know my story. I was in the corporate world, wore a suit every day. I was a general manager. I knew nothing about social media. I knew nothing about recruiting online, didn't really know much about the industry that we're in. Didn't care for Facebook or social media. Just, not my thing. The whole, it felt like an imposter syndrome, didn't know what I was talking about on live video, really nervous, never done a live video before, and I did blogging and I've done this and I've done that, and those things have come and gone, but I've never stopped going live. And it's one of the best things that I've done. So don't resist it, Laurie. You're a lovable character, Laurie, in your hotness, so you need to show up more to get more of a following. If you're not showing up live, guys, how do you expect people to, be brought into you and know, like, and trust you? And, I've mentioned this many a times. Those of you that have followed me, you've never met me. You would have never met me, but you know my husband's name, you know my boys' names. You've got, I've got a dog called Harley who's sitting down here. You probably know Zach had a motorbike accident a couple of weeks ago. Fell off his bike and went to hospital. Like, a lot of you know stuff about my life, but I don't share that like because you listen to my lives, like you get to know me through my lives. So very, very important part of the journey is going live. Brittany, so I know you have a page for network marketers. I don't have a page for network marketers. I have a page for social media and a page for health and wellness. Do not look at my page for health and wellness. Okay, I haven't even posted anything there for 3 months. So should I focus on one for my personal page, or can I talk about my 2 targets as long as the post itself is strictly for one? Okay, let's have a quick conversation about this. Yeah, I have, and a quick, if you're looking at my socials, you might look at my health and wellness page and think, well, she hasn't even posted anything there for 2 months. It's not my priority. Okay, but I've got 10,000 people there, so I'm not going to close the page. And when I keep saying to myself, I'll have more time, I'll get more visible on that other page. But my priority is you guys. So I don't have good branding on that page. I'll admit that. So this is a good example of what to do and what not to do. So my health and wellness page, if you've not seen it before, it's just called Healthy Living with Helen. I've got no branding on it. That's a good example of what not to do. That's one of those pages that I got told when I started in this industry to start a page, and it was branded but with my company, not the company I'm with now, but I started a page and it was all branded from my company. And then when I got into this social media journey, it's like, oh, I really shouldn't do that. So I just put health and wellness on it, and I kept putting up recipes and stuff like that. That's not a priority in my life, but I could easily rebrand that. And, you know, a lot of you know that I teach a class at the gym. Like, it's easy. I'm a qualified personal trainer. Like, I can easily have that presence, and it gives me credibility. I just don't have time for it. My priority is here. I'm a network marketing business and growing a team. I have more of an interest in growing a team than selling more health and wellness products. That's just me. So hang on, I've got to go back to Brittany's question. So I know you have a page for network marketers. So I'm sure you're talking about this page, and a page for health and wellness, which is kind of defunct at the moment. For me personally, should I focus on one for my personal page, or can I talk about? Okay, so I think I know what you're asking, Brittany. On a personal profile, you can blend because it's not for business purposes. So on a personal profile, my recommendation to you is to have 5 pillars, 5 buckets that represent who you are. So that's probably family. It could be a pet of some sort. So a lot of you know about Harley. I've got a pug. He's part of my life. I put photos up about Harley. Now, he's one of my buckets because he's an important part of my life. I talk a lot on my personal profile regarding multiple streams of income, building businesses online, that kind. I want people to know that's what I do. That's one of my buckets. One of your buckets could then be and I talk a little bit about this. Like, I had a post up a few days ago. I went to the gym. Just talk at the gym. So like, health and wellness creeps into my personal profile, and I do a lot of inspirational and motivational stuff on my personal profile. There's my 5 buckets. I basically stick to those, so you can blend on a personal profile because it's a personal profile. It's not a business. Branding for a business page or a group should have a single focus. So don't blend. I'm never going to show up here and start talking about collagen or how I can help you sleep or reduce your pain. I'm never going to turn up here on this page and talk about that. That's not my target market. My target market here is to help people bring their business online and attract people to them so you can have the amazing business and earn the money that you want to. So I don't blend target markets on this page, my Helen Martin page. My group is for the same target market. Instagram is for the same target market, as is YouTube. So if you want to blend, you do it in your stories. So on a business page, so on my business page or even Instagram, like my Instagram is for business purposes. It's not for just, showing up looking pretty, that kind of thing. But I could put in my stories on Instagram and my business page. I could slip stuff in there regarding, products, my health and wellness products. I'm in a health and wellness company, if you didn't know. So slip that stuff all in your stories. But if you've got a group or a business page, lead with one target market and one thing. Blend on your personal profile. So if you're looking at me and you think, oh, she's got a personal profile, She's got all these groups, got a few groups, and she's got a business page for Helen Martin, and she's got a business page for health and wellness. It doesn't work very well, hence why my health and wellness business page, nothing's gone on up on it for 2 months or so. I'm not live over there. You can't do it all. But you can easily blend on a personal profile, health and wellness and business. Brittany, am I answering your question? You don't need 2 different pages. If you've got time and an inclination and the energy for it, go and do it, guys. And you can build up a following on it, but most people won't. So you don't feel that you need to do that. If you can do that and you are doing that, great. And it works for you and your business, awesome. They are 2 separate target markets. So lead with one. But, even here, that I'm in a health and wellness industry. I'm in the industry in a health and wellness company. I don't ever hide that. It's part of who I am and what I do. So don't feel you need to hide things. You just, with your brand, you're going to lead with one and the other will be secondary. Does that make sense? I just want to check in with Brittany that I've answered her question there. Okay. Tell people what you do, sell confidence. Jen, you don't sell the product, but you sell the fact of the benefits, what you do. Absolutely. Results, communication. Now, what was the question that I asked you? Oh, your biggest asset. Okay. Comp plan. That was my first thought. No, Laurie. Okay. I think my journey itself is my biggest asset, sort of. I'm going to start just hopping on out of the blue with my crazy thoughts. Do it, Laurie. It makes you more relatable. You just want human connection on social media, guys. Don't feel like you have to jump on and a whole lot of value all the time and deliver good stuff and whatever. Just jump on live and share your thoughts with people. That's how people get to know, like, and trust you more than anything, is when you talk real talk. I talk real talk. Yesterday I talked real talk. Okay. Thank you. You answered my next question before I had a chance to type it. Okay, I think Brittany's sorted. Stephanie, you'll have to watch the replay. Lead with the other and the other secondary. Okay, you're kind of getting it, guys. It's that important to your journey. Okay, Steph, I was picking on you. I was talking about you're in the last version of my branding course and how many versions we went through before you got to working out your brand. Like, it happens for some people. And Steph was very broad and she was going in all sorts of different directions and like, no, it's still too broad. And she's going, oh, it can be a frustrating process. But it's one of those things, if you can't sort it out yourself, join us on the branding course. Just invest a tiny amount of money to get this sorted out, because the rest of your journey on social media stems from your brand. And this is where you need to be on social media today in 2021. We're moving into 2022. Your biggest asset, guys, to answer that question, it's not anything to do with your company. You are your biggest asset. It's not your products. I'm sure you've all got amazing products. I'm sure you've got all amazing comp plans. You speak to anybody in this industry and everyone loves their company, but it doesn't mean anything to anybody else. We've got the best comp plan. Awesome. We've got the best products. Awesome. X amount of ingredient is sourced from there and it's the only one around the world and it's pure and it's this and it's that. Awesome. Congratulations. Glad you're excited about that. Nobody really cares about that stuff. People will join you and buy things off you because they like you. Brand you. But work out, who is it that you're helping? What do you stand for? And what are you helping people with? What problems are you solving for people? And niche it down. You're not solving everybody's problem in every area of your target market. Pick something, get really good at it, then branch out. Then branch out. Then branch out. And go in whatever direction that you want. But you've got to get started somewhere, because to be successful on social media and attract more people to you, people have got to know who you are, what you're about, and whether you can help them and whether they belong with you. So they turn up at a live video like this, and if they want to learn how to garden, they're going to listen to this and go, what the hell is she talking about? And they're going to turn off. They're not my tribe. It's not my brand. So work out, why would I follow you? Who do you help and what do you help them with? And be specific. So I know a lot of you, you're doing the social media thing, but you sound the same as everybody else. Don't sound the same as everybody else. Don't just use terms like attraction marketing, social media strategies, and general. Like, if you look at it, I'm pretty general in how I introduce myself and stuff, but I've got a bigger following than you guys. You need to niche it down more when you're starting out so you can find a tribe and the tribe grows. And then they recommend you to other people. Like some people in the online world, they'll concentrate on branding, or they'll concentrate on video marketing, or they'll concentrate on lead generation, or they'll concentrate on, building an audience, or they'll concentrate on influence, or they'll concentrate on organic strategies, or they'll concentrate on prospecting, or they'll concentrate on recruiting. What do you concentrate on? Those of you in health and wellness, again, that kind of example. What are you focusing on most? Is it weight loss? Is it pain? Is it sleep? Is it energy? Pick one to hang your hat on, and all the other stuff is still there, but find a tribe for that and then grow. When you start trying to do all the things, you're not going to get anybody. It's going to take you a very long time for you to find your tribe, because you're not really specific in anything or any person that you're helping, etc. Anyway, I've spoken long enough. I'm going to get off I've been on a high horse this week, haven't I? But tomorrow I get to announce the top 15 of the video challenge. So tag all your friends that were in the video challenge, because that's going to be exciting tomorrow. I'm going to give out bonuses for lots of people. It's going to be fun. So make sure you join me tomorrow. And if you need the help with your branding, don't skimp on this. Invest in that training and sort it out once and for all. So, and what you do with it after you sorted that out is up to you. I'm not behind you, pushing you to do live videos and put good content out there, but I can help you sort out unless you're in my VIP program, then I'll push you. But, it's up to you what you do with it afterwards, but at least establish something that belongs to you. You are your biggest asset. So let's put you up in lights and start growing you a following and attract people to you, so more people can buy your stuff or join your team if that's what you want. You got to work out what you want. Okay, I'm going to go. Jen, gotcha. No worries. So thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you here live tomorrow at the same time. Bye, guys.